Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. We're not going to waste any time this morning, so let's get up in this kitchen and see what's cooking. These are the ingredients we're going to be using today. We've got some butter, some brown sugar, cinnamon, salt, eggs, buttermilk, flour, and we also have part of an apple. Now I have part of an apple that needs to be used up because my little grandson was here the other day and he loves apples. So he wanted some apple. But he's only 3, so he doesn't normally eat an entire apple, especially one that large. So I sliced him some up and he ate it, and I sliced him some more because he wanted more. So he ate about half of the apple, but I put the other half in the refrigerator. I don't want it to go to waste, so let's go make us something really yummy for breakfast this morning. You want to get you a skillet of some sort. I've got my iron skillet here on the stove. I've turned it on a medium heat. Now you want to get you some butter. I'm going to be using just a couple of tablespoons. You want to put that off in there in your iron skillet. Now while my butter's melting down, I'm going to take this partial apple I have right here, and I'm just going to peel it. Now I'm just going to take and I'm going to slice my apple. I don't want any of the brown spots, but we will slice around those. Okay, now you just want to take your apple and you just want to slice it into whatever size pieces you want. I'm going to do mine kind of thin and kind of small, and that way they won't take quite as long to cook. But you cut them in whatever size you want them. And I've just got a partial apple, like a half of one, and it's a pretty large Granny Smith, but this should be plenty for just me. Okay, and that's going to be it. We might get a couple of more little pieces off of here. Okay, so that's going to be it. Now I'm going to take and put a lid on this. I want these apples to start getting soft before we add anything else in. And by the way, if I forgot to tell you, we're making fried apples. Now I'm cooking these fried apples to go on top of some homemade buttermilk pancakes. So while your fried apples are back there cooking and getting soft, you can go ahead and get you a bowl, and we're going to go ahead and make our pancake mix up. Now I'm just cooking these for me. So if I cook too many, that's okay. I'll either eat the rest of them tomorrow for breakfast, or I'll put them in the freezer. Either one. Pancakes freeze very well. So you want to take you 3/4 of a cup of self-rising flour. I got my 3/4 of a cup. I'm going to dump that in a bowl. We're also going to add in 1/4 of a teaspoon of baking powder. Now I'm going to take my buttermilk. I'm going to start with a 1/2 cup, and I'll add 2 as I need it till I get it to the consistency that I want. So I'm going to go in with 1/2 cup. Just going to get that mixed up in there real good. I can already tell we are going to need some more buttermilk, but first I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add my egg in. Minus the shell. Hey, it happens. to check on these apples over here. They're starting to get soft. I think we're going to put the pancake mix on hold for just a minute, and we're going to go ahead and get our seasonings added into our apples. And when your apples start getting soft and translucent, you'll know. And that's when it's time to add your seasonings in. So we were seasoning these to taste. You want to add a little bit of salt in. I'm not going in with a lot of salt, just a little. You also want to add some cinnamon. Don't do like me and get it all over the stove, but you want to go in with a little bit of nutmeg. You want to add in a little bit of granulated sugar. I'm just going to sprinkle some in. Now I'm going in with some brown sugar, and I'm just going to sprinkle some of that in there too. That's probably going to be enough. I'll taste it to see. And that's all you really have to do, just season to taste. So you want to get all of those seasonings stirred in with your apples. If you need to add a little more butter, you can do that. I don't think I'm going to add any more to mine. I think that's going to be just fine. But you want to let this just kind of simmer a little bit to let those flavors meld together. I'm going to turn these on low just so I can keep them warm. I have a cast iron griddle back here that I'm going to be making my pancakes on. I'm going to turn that on a low to medium heat and let it start getting hot. And I'm going to turn my attention back to my pancake mix. I've got my egg in there, so we're going to stir that up. I'm still not going to put any more buttermilk just yet. We will do that in just a minute. In the meantime, I'm going to add a little bit of vanilla. We're going to do about a half a teaspoon. Okay, I'm going to get my vanilla stirred up in here. I do want my pancake mix just a little bit thinner than that, not a whole lot. So I am going to add a little bit more buttermilk. I will leave a recipe for these, for both of these, the fried apples and the pancakes. I will leave a recipe in the description box in case you've never made homemade pancakes before. They're very simple, just a few ingredients and you have some pancake batter. So that's pourable, and that's the way I want mine. Okay, I think that's ready. So I'm going to put some butter on my cast iron griddle back there, and we're going to get ready to cook these pancakes up. Okay, I'm going to take a little pat of butter. I'm going to put it on my griddle. Just kind of smear it around, let it melt. You can add butter to your griddle as needed, depending on how many pancakes you're making. You may need to add some more butter. Okay, we're going to go in with some of our pancake mix. I'm just going to pour just a little bit on there. And you just want your pancakes to cook till you start seeing bubbles form. I'll show you that in a minute when it gets to that point. But you want the bubbles to start forming in your pancake batter before you flip them, because you don't want to flip them more than once. Not if you can help it. And I know I could have gotten more than one pancake on this griddle, but I accidentally dropped it in the center to begin with, so putting any more on there was kind of out at that point. So maybe the next go around I'll be able to get about 2 on there. Well, that's a start. There's one little bubble over here, right there. So it's starting. Maybe we'll see some more here in just a minute. We've got a few more bubbles popping up in there. I'm going to give it just another minute or so, and then we'll flip it. You can also tell when it's ready to flip, not just by the bubbles, but around the edges. You'll see it start getting a little drier. That's when you'll know it's time. So I think we're going to go ahead and flip this. You see all the bubbles in it. It could have stood just another minute or so, but that's okay. We'll let this other side cook. My fried apples are over here looking really delicious, and they smell so good with the apple, the cinnamon, the brown sugar. Can't wait to put those on top of my pancakes. Okay, it's been a few minutes. Let's see what the other side of this looks like. Okay. I think we can probably call that done. We'll transfer it over here to the plate. And we'll get another one put on. I am going to add some more butter to my griddle. And let's see if I can get more than one on here this time. And let's do one on this side. They may meet in the middle. We'll see. Alright, let's wait till we see some bubbles. I think this one over here is about ready to flip. Oh yeah, that looks pretty good. That's how your bubbles are going to be forming. Okay, we're going to get this one flipped. I think this one is about ready to come off. Let's see. Oh yeah. That's the other side of that one. We'll get this on the plate also. Get us a little butter put on them. And we have the last one on the griddle. Our last one has been flipped, so this recipe has made 4 medium-sized pancakes. Okay, I've been keeping my fried apples warm over here, so we're going to put these on top of these pancakes. Okay, so here are our homemade buttermilk pancakes with our southern fried apples on top. Now you can put some syrup on it if you want to, but I'm not going to. I think the apples are going to be sweet enough. I'm going to go enjoy my breakfast. Now I know it's just as easy to make pancakes from a complete pancake mix. I understand that, and I do keep complete pancake mix on hand, but I also like homemade pancakes every now and again, and these are very simple to make. I always keep self-rising flour, all-purpose flour, cornmeal mix, sugar, brown sugar, cocoa, things like that to me are pantry staples, and I always have them on hand, always. Because if you have those pantry staples, you can make a meal. So if you don't have those items in your pantry, try to get those items and stock your pantry with them. You can make delicious meals out of pantry staples. Now let's go eat. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please give it a like, share the video, leave me a comment below, and subscribe if you haven't already. I'll see you in the next one.